Okay. I don't know why sometimes it has no chat and sometimes it does. Strawberry pie, homemade strawberry pie. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. So we made it to Lake of the Woods today. Woohoo! Car worked all the way there, all the way back. I didn't break another car. So we got there. We got there at about 8 o'clock in the morning. Not bad. Not bad for my boy, that's for sure. So, but got there, saw the crew, introduced the crew to my son. It was really good. And have strawberry pie. And of course, I tell him my go-to rig, which is awesome. Any kind of baby bass. Baby bass. So that was really his catch today. But it was his first fish in a kayak, first fish in Oregon. I'm happy. So we got one under the belt. We broke the ceiling on that one. So anything's better now. My day went good. I didn't catch any crappie, but I caught bass, largemouth, trout, and perch. And caught a trophy size, about 2.5, 3 pound trout. I just got done filleting it. And a lot of meat. Oh, lots of meat off of that thing. That's going to be good eating. So that's lots of meat off of that. It was really neat. It was I caught others. I only kept the trophy size. I was cleaning it at the cleaning station. What's your on bass? What's your on bass? I don't get it, Abe. What's my best? Is that what you mean? My PB? My personal best on bass? Yeah, gotcha. My personal best is only 4 pounds. So nothing to brag about, but I'll break it this year. I've gotten a lot better at fishing. And unfortunately, Lake of the Woods, where I go a lot, these trophy-sized trout, are actually hitting these bass lures. They're crazy. So we're getting them on short-billed cranks or square-billed cranks. And, even though we're fishing for bass, doesn't matter. These large trout are jumping on it. I even had a perch jump on it today. It was like crazy jumping on this thing. But anyway, that's only 4 pounds. My personal best, and it was a beautiful fish. It was funny. It was like I got a 3.5 pounder right before that one, which was my personal best, and then like 10 minutes later, I got the 4 pounder, and it was like great. I got to go back to that lake. Actually, that's a good bass lake. The lake I go to a lot has a lot of bass, and they do have some big ones. I mean, there's one in the marina that's 6-7 pounder, and I keep trying to catch him, but I just can't catch him. But the trout are just going crazy right now. I mean, they really are. Whether you want to catch one or not, you're going to get one to jump on light. And I caught it with my ultralight. So my ultralight rod, everything's lightweight on that thing. So when I caught this trout today, it ran on me, and it jumped out of the water twice. I thought I was going to lose him, and it ran on me again. And so when you run with ultralight, you really need to. It's a spinning. I use both spinning and casting, but my ultralight is a spinning combo. The Zephyr reel by Kastking and the Resolute rod by Kastking. And this rod, I mean, is just tough as nails. It's an IM7 blank, and so is the reel. The reel's got an 18-pound drag on it. So I was working this fish, and it was just working me till finally I got him close enough to my boat. I was able to net him, but it was very exciting. and I got him on a square bill crank, and it was just, one thing about rainbow trout. I mean, trout are vicious fighters. They really are. They are vicious fighters. They fight like a smallie, a smallmouth bass, and they jump. They can jump 3-4 feet out of the water, and it's just exciting. You want to keep them in the water so you don't lose them, but and especially with light gear, and you're running with 4-pound tests that you really will break your line, and I've done that plenty on large trout. Snap my lines. So I set my drag to where it's sort of like a 2-to-1. I reel in, I get twice as much as they take out one. And so you always hear it whining, like, the leader going out while I'm cranking in. But I'm winning the tug of war on that one. And it's just exciting. I mean, when you hear it, when you see me fighting it, and the pole is arcing all the way over, the fish is jumping and flopping, coming into my kayak. And I'll tell you, kayak fishing, the reason kayak fishing is so fun is because it is more fun than boat and bank fishing. It just is. When you're down on the water with the fish, and you're level with it, and you're fighting that fish, and you're in the water. I mean, basically, you are in the water with it, and you're fighting that fish. There is no cooler, more exciting thing for you to feel than kayak fishing. I mean, and whenever you catch a fish, it's exciting. But if you've never caught a fish in a kayak, you really haven't seen, and you never really had that experience. And when you have that experience, it's addicting. You do it on an ultralight setup, which I am new to. Dude, I got my ultralight a couple weeks ago, and I can't put it down. Everything feels great on. I mean, that 3-pounder I got today, big thick steaks off of it. I mean, it didn't feel like a 3-pounder. I mean, it felt like a 6 or 8-pounder. I mean, and then I had to play it. I mean, one thing about my bass stuff, I do have my medium heavy and my extra heavy bait casters, and typically that's my top water, and that's also my larger lures. And you have braid line on it and stuff, and so when you hook a fish, I mean, basically you could surf that baby in, and that's the advantage of a lot of the bass setups, is that a bass setup is more geared towards the fisherman. We have the advantage, but when you do an ultralight, the fish can win every time. The fish does have a competitive edge to you. So you've put yourself in a weaker position with an ultralight, which makes you play that fish more, makes the catch longer, and it's just so much more fun. And if you do it, if you do it in a kayak, it's even more fun. And when people see me catch a big fish or something like that, and I fish around the marina, because that's where the fish are. They release them over there. The fish like to hang out over at the marina. It's at a point, at this lake, the marina is. So, I mean, they stay near the shore. They like the shallows of 8 feet, and I just catch them. I can catch 30, 40, 50 in a day. I mean, your limit's 5 keepers, but I only keep the trophies. I only keep them. I don't keep the legal size. Legal size are 12, 13, maybe 14 inches. I just let them go. And then the larger ones, the 17 to 24 inch trout, those are the ones I keep. And just fillet them. I just fillet them. So it's awesome. Almost as awesome as this strawberry pie. Awesome. Mm-hmm. So I had a wonderful day with my son. It's been a long time since we went fishing together. The resort I went to, Lake of the Woods here in Oregon, has a wonderful restaurant. I want to serve that. But we had I treated him to a barbecue burger, which is the best burger, and sort of celebrate his finishing the 11th grade. So he's got one more year to go of school, one more year, and then he'll be a high school graduate. Mm-hmm. So we had a good time. We had a really good time. It made me feel good. Normally I fish by myself. Or an employee of the resort will break out their kayak and come out and fish with me. Or a subscriber. I've had quite a few subscribers fish with me, which I'm so appreciative of. But it's different when it comes to your son. You know, it's like it's a guy's day, out on the water. My girls don't like fishing. My wife doesn't. My daughters don't. So the boy's all I got when it comes to sharing my passion. It was good pie. My wife makes a good pie. So, but next month, our bass tournament is at Lake of the Woods. I know that lake pretty good. If I'm ever going to have a shot at winning a tournament, it's going to be next month. Okay. So I'm looking forward to next month's tournament. So I'm going to visit Carson City, Nevada this next weekend. Visit my in-laws. So we got a rack for the car so we can put both kayaks on. It worked pretty good today. And so, made it there with 2 kayaks and came back home with 2 kayaks. So that must work. It's a neat rack. It's like a T, like this. And so it's like 2 J racks on each side, one on each side. And then when I'm only transporting mine, I can flop down the center, and then it just holds one kayak flat, which is pretty cool. So, it's kind of a neat little rack. Let me see if I got it. Orders. Here we go. I bought this rack. This rack I bought. It's actually a pretty good rack. I like it. Well made, very, very sturdy, well padded, easy to put on. My goodness. Kastking, the extremus line is about to come out with some new stuff. They've been delayed, I guess. I'm always looking on their line. By the way, that this knife, the camp knife, sort of let me put that down there. It is 40% off still. So you can get this knife, and I use this knife, and it's sharp as a tack. It's sharp as a tack. This knife I used to clean the fish there because I forgot my fillet knife at home. I wasn't planning on bringing anything home. But that fillet knife right now is only $12, and it comes with a magnesium fire starter. That alone, just the fire starter is worth $12. But this knife is really good. It's a nice knife, and for $12, my goodness, you really have a hard time passing it up. And I love that knife. It's a great knife, really good knife. I'm on the store right now to see if anything sneaked in there. Now the hammocks are still 40% off, which is nice. Um, and the hammocks are real nice. And I use this carabiner tool, this multi-tool. On my son and I both use it on our kayaks. And we use that carabiner tool. It's a multi-tool, and we use it for our anchor. We use it in order to cinch down our anchor when we let it out. That's it's a nice multi-tool. It's got a screwdriver, wrenches, things like that on it, but I like it. It's probably the one extremus I use the most because every time I go out, I use it every time I anchor. So if anything snuck in there while I was sleeping last night, got the knives. I love the anti-fog wipes. They really do work. And they have these chill caps, ninja-like. They're 40% off right now. Normally $15, 40% off is what, $4, $6, so $8.99. Not bad. I don't see me wearing one, but can't afford to buy everything. My goodness. So, let's see. Extremus on the Kastking site. Nothing new. And Madbite. Anything new there? Usually I get emails and nothing new there. Their swim jigs have been pulled and they've got to re-release those. So, but other than that. But anyway, these things right here, those three things, pretty good stuff. So, yeah, I guess that's about it. I mean, just wanted to share with you. We finally made it to the lake, my son and I, and we just had a good time. He had a good time. I had a good time. I was very proud of him. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful day. A little windy. It got a little windy, but yeah, that's what anchors are for. Always put an anchor on your kayak because it'll just keep you in one spot. So whether you do an anchor trolley or not, I haven't done an anchor trolley, thinking about it. But honestly, I just flip that, if I put it, to face myself left or right or forward or backwards, I just change the side of my, which way I'm going to put my anchor on. But it'd be nice if I could go lengthways, which is the whole point. An anchor trolley. It's, if I could send it all the way to the back or all the way to the front, that's the idea in order to control my direction that I face. So, but, I did that modification I did on the lure yesterday. It didn't work. I caught a perch with it. Gave me hope that it would work, but it didn't work. For some reason, the added weight doesn't allow it to dive more. My son kind of made up a good point where with the added weight, you need a bigger bill, so more of a bigger spoon on the front of it in order to get it to dive so deeper. So I'll put the trebles back on it and let that be as it sits, as an extremely efficient dink getter. But I wanted to get more dunks than dinks. So, but very good. I mean, it was worth a try. I'd never really done something like that before on a lure. I totally redesigned the hook set on it. And we'll see. Yeah. It was worth a try. It was worth a try. So, all right, guys. Abe, thanks for popping on. I know you popped off. I'm tired. Very tired. I'll probably fall asleep down here. I got my air purifier. I put a new filter in it. This thing's really blowing hard now. This is great. It's like double the output on it. So, but look for these to be released again. These are the madbite swim jigs. And this is that knife. Oh, it's the box for the knife. Get that knife. It's $12. Oh, gosh. It's $12. I mean, the magnesium fire starter is amazing. I just sparks fly. Um, that's worth it right there. But it's like getting a free knife and sheath with a fire starter. So anyway, guys, take care. Enjoy your weekend. Go fishing. Have fun. Be with family. So that's what I'm going to do. And if I go fishing, we'll see. If somebody, I'm down to one car. So Kathy's got the car tomorrow. Down to one car now. And my daughter's on her first road trip to Tacoma, Washington. She just arrived up there. So that's her first road trip. So anyway, take care, everybody. Tight lines. And you know where you'll find me, out on the water. Take care, everybody.